This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Mount Everest.
Oh, boy.
What do you think about Mount Everest?
I think that people are climbing it in record numbers. My understanding is you just super easy to climb up it now.
Well, I don't know that I would go that far.
Well, they said there's people with lines. It's like a line going up, a line going down.
There usually is. There's always been a line.
I'm assuming it's not that easy, or it's pretty easy then. If there's,
it's not easy.
I don't believe you. Isn't there a dead dude you have to walk over?
Yeah. How do you know nothing about Mount Everest?
I don't listen to hip hop.
Okay. Anyway, it's not easy to climb.
Yes, it is.
That's why people die.
Old people.
You know me.
Well, that guy died. He wasn't ready.
There's more than one, you dumb.
No, there's not.
Just shut his mic off. I'm done. I can't deal with it. Is that what you sound like in the shower? No, I don't even make the noise. So a lot of avid hikers and climbers have a romanticized view of someday hiking Mount Everest, but in reality, it's really hard, it's really expensive, and it's really gross. Have you ever wondered how climbers relieve themselves as they spend weeks climbing up and down Mount Everest? Well, the answer is much like camping in the woods. You just find a spot and go. And it's become a huge, stinky problem. So authorities have announced a new rule where climbers will have to clean up after themselves. So that means picking up their poo, putting it in a bag, and carry it with them until they get back to base camp, which is...
Hold on.
Like a dog.
There's a dead body up there, but they want you to pick up the poop?
They can't get the dead bodies out because it's too hard and it would be hazardous for the rescue crew.
Oh, because... All right.
Because they're frozen into the mountain.
A couple blowtorches, but yank them out.
It's not... Can you just read about Mount Everest so you stop asking the stupidest questions? Anyway.
They seem pretty intelligent to me.
I bet they do.
I'm very curious why they just can't pull a human body off there.
Well, there's all kinds of garbage up there. There's oxygen tanks. It's a whole thing.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures.
So, anyway, it sounds unpleasant, but there really isn't an alternative. The trails are filled with poop. It's even visible on rocks in people's photos of the scenery. And, of course, due to the extreme temperatures, it's just a poo-sicle. So it doesn't degrade. It just sits there. A local organization estimates that there are around 3 tons of human poop between the bottom of Everest and the summit. It isn't just a bad look, you know. Poop makes people sick.
Yeah.
Duh. When the snow melts, it gets into water and the particles get blown around in the air that the climbers are breathing. You paid $100,000 to get sick. The new plan is to force climbers to buy 2 special poop bags at camp. They contain chemicals and powders that solidify human waste and make it mostly odorless. And they're also made in the good old US of A. The bags will then be checked and cleaned when the climbers return to camp. They didn't really detail how do you get the waste into the bag, so maybe they're big enough to just poop into directly. I don't know. But yeah, the big poo problem on Mount Everest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I mean, there's that many people, and they just leave stuff up there. It's like,
yes.
What the? Can't they just fly a helicopter, just come down, grab something, take them out? Why not?
Because of the conditions. What aren't you understanding?
I guess there's cooler places to be buried.
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool. You get visited every day.
Not every day because it's not open to hike every day.
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah. And there's what was I watching?
I don't know. I'm like looking at these bodies, and they're just like in spots that I don't know. One of them I see is precarious. I'm like, how did you end up there?
What the hell was the documentary I watched? I'm gonna try to find it here. Hello, JJO.
I'd be up on the top of that mountain ready for this.
I don't know. You know what I find most interesting about Nate is that there is a woman that is married to him, and she has sex with him.
And understands what he's saying?
That just proves there's someone for everybody. If Nate can find someone to tolerate his shenanigans, there's somebody out there that'll love you. Trust me. So Aftershock was the documentary on Netflix. highly recommend you watch that. It'll answer a lot of your questions about Mount Everest and why they can't do certain things. But that's about the Everest and Nepal earthquake. And yeah, that was really cool. And then, I don't know, I was watching like Avalanche and then Society of the Snow. I was on this whole kick with snow.
Yeah, I'm not me. I hate it so much. I hate snow. I don't mind cold. I just hate snow. And, you know, I always wonder why you would want to do that. Just go up to the top of Mount Everest just to say that you did? That's it?
It is a status thing.
That is dumb.
Well, for some of them, like one of the dudes that they interviewed for the Aftershock thing on Netflix, all he does is climb. He's a climber. He's a guide, whatever. And he had been to Everest a lot of times, and he likes taking new people up there. There's just some people that like being that person. They like being the teacher, the coach, the whatever. And so that was kind of his gig. A lot of these people, it's like a lifelong goal. It gets set in their head when they're young, and they just...
I want to do that,
you know, yeah. Another one of the people, I think it was after she graduated college, or she was getting ready to graduate college, and she wanted to set like a goal, something to do. And that was her goal. And so she just worked towards it. And
about 5 cheeseburgers in 3 minutes.
Yeah, you know.
Something good and easy that you can do right there.
Totally.
I mean, yeah, I don't see the thrill of just walking up a hill.
No,
all right,
it is
now
not
we'll come
for
back
me.
down.
No, and it's really hard and it's really scary. You know, and there are parts of it. I can't remember what it's called, Glacier Falls or something, where it's ladders set up, right? And you have to cross over these ladders. They're set up like a bridge, and you can hear the glacier moving underneath you. So if you fall there, you're done. They're not rescuing you. You're just dying there.
And this annoys me because when I watch those free climbers and stuff and they fall, I laugh almost. I'm like, sorry for you, dummy. You know why? Because if you're dumb enough to put that risk,
right,
I have no sympathy for you. If you're like that dude that would climb the sides of buildings and he fell finally and wherever, I was like, I don't feel bad for you. You had to put your life at risk all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, what the... It's that little
especially
means
when
little to you.
There's harnesses.
Yeah, and you
there are safety.
Well, I need to. Yeah, those free climbers. I'm like, I do not feel bad at all.
So that one dude that free climbed El Capitan or whatever, he actually doesn't have the fear part. The portion of your brain that feels fear and like self-preservation in him is really small.
Sounds like a James Bond bad guy.
So that's why. Because it's stuff that, like, you know, sure that you can overcome fear mentally. Yeah. But sometimes you're so scared your body
freezes,
doesn't work
fight or
the
flight,
way it needs to, you know? And so that's why he's able to do all that free climbing, because his body isn't kicking into that gear.
That's just...
It never gets that scared.
Well, it will once you start... You'll Wile E. Coyote off of a cliff and it'll be over.
But the garbage, the dead bodies, and the poop on Everest, I don't know. And I get, like, the people from Nepal, the Sherpas, that's how they make their living and they make good money. I get it. It's, you know, economic stimulation for them. But at some point in time, are we going to get over it? Is there going to be...
I don't know.
Where we're like, hey, this is just really bad for the mountain.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just, well, you think we should be doing that across all the oceans and everything.
No.
So I think, I don't think it matters at this point. I think we're going to.
Oh,
We'll set her ablaze and.
Yeah. You know, I've recently given up hope and it feels pretty good.
It
actually.
does.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm like, get my kid, as long as my kid can live into it and feel comfortable. I told him, just end it there, man. Don't get any kids. End it there. That way we don't have to worry about another generation. Then you could just be like, what's your problem? No,
I've given up on fixing our political system here, and I've given up on the hope that we would do better for the planet. Because, I mean, I'll do better, but I know that there's people out there that are purposely doing worse, which is just like, why?
Tossing garbage out of a window.
Right. Yeah, totally.
My ex-wife did that once, and I flipped out.
I can't. I don't understand litter bugs.
Out. A whole bag of garbage. And I know because I talked to Logan, she's done it after that. And I'm like, I don't know where this Ohio mentality comes. But I was absolutely livid.
Yeah. Well, it was like pounded into her head in like second grade with all those film strips about not being a litter bug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
The crying Native American. Throw the garbage at his feet.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Lance is down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
This is what happened. I know, like, whenever we talk about Everest on the show, I go down a similar rabbit hole about all the people that have died there.
Yeah, so apparently that Sleeping Beauty had that was, as I was reading into it.
She's the first female to reach the summit, first American female to reach the summit of Everest without oxygen.
Right.
Well, without a tank.
Right.
Clearly she was still breathing for a bit.
Yeah. So she had went up there, and then there was a couple climbers, Woodall and Kathy O'Dowd. They were making their way to their own attempt at reaching the summit when they were shocked to come across what they had first taken as a frozen body decked out in purple jacket. After seeing the body spasm violently, they realized that unfortunate was she was actually alive. This was the Sleeping Beauty girl. After they approached the woman to see if they could help her, the couple got another shock when they recognized the purple-cladded climber was Francis Arnestev. Had been in their tent for tea at the base camp. O'Dowd recalled how Arnestev wasn't an obsessive type of climber. She spoke a lot about her son and her home. Do you think she would have thought about that? Like, why would I put myself in danger if I have a kid? Anyway, thousands of feet in the air, that Francis Arnestev was the only able to repeat three phrases: "Don't leave me," "Why are you doing this to me?" and "I'm an American." The couple were quickly realized that although she was still conscious, she was actually speaking. She wasn't really speaking at all. It was only like she was repeating things on autopilot. She was stuck on a record. She had succumbed to frostbite, which rather had distorted her face with instead of like botchy redness. It had turned her skin hard and white. The effect gave her a smooth features of wax figure, and so that led O'Dell to remark that the fallen climber looked like a Sleeping Beauty. So he's the one that actually gave her the nickname too. So obviously the headlines took that and ran with it. Conditions became so dangerous that Woodall and O'Dowd were forced to abandon Arnestev, fearing for their own lives. There was no place for sentiment on Everest, although it may seem that the couple abandoned her to a cruel death, that they made the practical decisions. There's no way that they could carry her down without them, or with them, when they wanted to avoid becoming two more gruesome signposts on the mountain, themselves. Yeah, the burial, what the cool part of this was that...
dude came back.
Yeah. Sergei's remains were found. So the husband that apparently went up there were found following year by Paul DiStefano.
Yeah,
and the guy came back, the
husband fell trying to rescue the wife.
Yeah.
And then, oh, you have a kid at home? Why don't both of the parents go and risk their lives?
That's some of
anyway.
It's so crazy. But the guy came back up.
Yeah.
2007, Woodall led an expedition to give Francis Arnestev a more dignified burial. So he went back up with a team, managed to locate her body, wrapped her in an American flag, and moved her far from where cameras could find her.
Yeah.
So she's no longer
there. Oh, yeah.
So the guy went back up there. That's kind of like a movie.
Should be a movie.
Yeah. And the first comment was like, I guess she showed her son, who was afraid she would be in extreme danger, where her real priorities were.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
What about the dad? No one's blaming the dad?
Well,
that figures. The math adds up on that for sure. All right. Well, so turns out hiking Everest, not so easy.
I've never seen you eat a slice. To you it's just a trend, pizza is my life. Pizza is my life. Ten glass deep dish, double pepperoni, and the stuff crust now, and Joe, pizza rolls, pickle pie, cheese and crisps is what I like, but at any delicious, spicy, stinking, cutting into his squares or triangles. All I really want is pizza to me.
Today is National Pizza Day.
I love it.
I'm coming up Sunday. We're about to order a lot of it. Domino's alone expects to sell around 2 million pizzas for Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
It's because of Taylor
forgot.
Swift fans, if you remember, right? That's 30% more than a normal Sunday. They say the most popular topping will be?
Peps.
Again, yeah. Wings are a popular Super Bowl option, too. Buffalo Wild Wings say they'll sell around 11 million, making it their biggest wing day of the year. Some of us don't plan on ordering anything, though. A new poll found that 1 in 4 Super Bowl viewers will order food, 57% will just make stuff at home, and 14% don't plan to eat at all during the game. But back to pizza.
Or even watch it.
A few more stats and facts for National Pizza Day. Grubhub says cheese pizza sees a bigger bump in sales than any other food during the Super Bowl, up 624%. Wings are next at 615% increase. Damn.
Oof.
2023 poll found our five favorite toppings are pepperoni, sausage, extra cheese, mushrooms, and chicken, and pineapple is now the 6th most popular topping in America.
Oh.
Very nice. Very nice.
I wonder if they do donut topped.
I'm sure somebody
Pizza.
somewhere did.
I mean, pizza, you could pretty much throw anything on top of it.
yeah.
You know? They have the,
You can do donuts on a breakfast pizza.
donut pieces? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, 73% of us eat pizza at least a few times a month. Only 3% said once a year at most. 0% of us said we never eat pizza. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
every single American eats pizza.
Except for my brother.
He's eaten pizza before.
He doesn't. It's very, 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 very rare.
But he does.
Well, he has.
Right.
Doesn't mean you do all the time. What is the stipulation on that? Does that mean that, you consistently...
0% of Americans say they have never ate pizza.
Oh, well,
Right.
I don't know.
Jesus, what are you? Are you effing Danger Jr. over there? For Christ's sake. 19% of us don't eat the crust, but thin crust is our favorite type. I will say Domino's has been putting this garlic stuff on the crust, and it's fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like this garlic herb blend of freaking goodness. It's amazing.
You know who you can't sleep on is Little Caesars.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You can't sleep. I know they're it's cheap, but it's not. It tastes good. And their pan style is fantastic.
I've never had their pan style, but I do.
Oh, it's good.
If you reheat Little Caesars pizza the next day in a skillet, the crust is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. It's almost better reheated in the skillet. Adam Schroeder says, I've never been asked for one of these surveys. Well, have you ever eaten pizza? Are you the one American
See,
that's
I
never
told ya.
eaten pizza? So there you go. There's all kinds of specials happening too because the big game and also because of National Pizza Day. So I'm sure if you have the apps for whatever, Domino's, Pizza Hut, does Little Caesars have an app? I'm sure they do. I'm sure you can find some sort of special.
I just had Gem City.
Oh, dude.
It's one of
Yeah.
a modern account. So we were up there, and I'm like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to have lunch after I do work.
Mm-hmm. We were up in the Dells and almost did a little side trip to get Gem City, but I had to get back home
Oh, man.
next time. It's so good.
So
that
good.
and I got to shout out Mount Vernon Tap
Yeah.
every time.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts,
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, what did I do on Friday? I got to check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
You know, that was pretty quick.
Smells weird.
Although you got,
Well, it's lavender,
Mhm.
but it's not. It's like lavender with a.
she's smelling my underwear,
With
by the
a
way, if you can't see.
There's another smell in there, and I can't place it. Lavender with, like, new plastic.
Smells like, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoe cleaner.
Nailed it.
Shoe cleaner.
It smells like shoe cleaner.
You good now? Oh.
I'm good. It was, I had to pee, and there was a limited time, and so I was, like, hustling to the bathroom, and I dropped my phone. It was a whole friggin' production, and then so I didn't have time to wash my hands, so I had to come back in. And it's not like we're in there. It's different with women. I mean, unless you're a real sloppy bitch.
How so?
I don't know. Because dudes, you go in there, and you have to touch your wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can go in there, and we don't have to touch it.
Well, sometimes you don't have to. You can kind of just let it guide.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Fine. Most times you have to touch it.
Sure.
But with women, it's not like we're in there slapping our flaps around. Not the flap slap.
Are you touching water with those things yet?
And so I will argue, I mean, being in the bathroom is gross anyway, so you should wash your hands every time. I get it.
Thank you.
But if I'm giving a free pass, I'm going to give it to a woman that peed before I'm going to give it to a man that peed because you got dick hands. But I came in here, I was like, clam hand.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, she got her labia caught underneath the toilet bowl seat.
Oh my God, that would hurt. Jeez Louise, that would hurt. That reminds me of that story we had at the lady that got the bad plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
Wasn't that? Yeah, she had like get cut off too much.
Yeah, and
Started. Did her vagina look like Fire Marshal Bill's mouth?
Sorry, I like it.
Let me show you something. That's what I pictured. Her mouth to look like.
I cannot believe. I can't believe you're in a committed relationship with somebody.
Let's say that you've got.
No wonder why she works all the time. I would too. Be like, God, whatever it takes to get away from that guy.
Oh, I love it.
All right, so Valentine's Day. Just around the corner. Dude, there's a new thing. Now everyone thinks chocolates, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm into that. Oh, hey, speaking of chocolates for Valentine's Day, get that box of chocolates, Bach from the vintage, and get yourself some strawberries, and that is delicious together.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but somebody's putting, for some reason, broccoli-infused chocolate on the market.
Broccoli-infused chocolate.
A broccoli grower in the UK called Tender Stem partnered with a chocolate company. They're calling it Tender Choc. Brock Choc seems better. Each box has 9 pieces of dark chocolate filled with a blend of cream and pureed broccoli.
Yuck. I like broccoli, don't get me wrong, but there's things that should go with. But if I'm going to trust anybody, it's not going to be a British person's tongue because their food tastes like styrofoam.
Right.
It's like,
so it's kind of like, you think about like a cherry cordial.
sure.
It's
Those
like
are
that.
great. I love those.
It's like that, but broccoli. No.
I mean, yeah, crunching into that. Is it cooked? Or is it like you
Well,
punch?
yeah, it's a puree. It's a creamy puree. Assuming they didn't
That's
use
disgusting.
raw broccoli. Yeah.
They should put mushrooms in them then. Chocolate covered mushrooms.
Well, mushroom chocolates are a thing, but that's different.
Isn't that truffles?
No, it's psychedelic mushrooms.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Rocky, by the way. So they only made a limited number of boxes, and only people in the UK can enter to win them. Thank God. Keep them. I'm trying to think of other vegetables that would be more appropriate. Like,
There isn't a vegetable that would, maybe a pea pod, sugar snap pea pod.
what would it?
Like Dylan eats?
like sweet potato, but that's tuber.
Yeah.
It's a tuber.
Still. Is a tuber isn't that in the vegetable family?
I don't know.
I think it would be, it's a plant based, you know? But I think, I can't even think of any
They
vegetable.
fall under the root vegetable umbrella, but not all root vegetables are tubers. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't think there's any vegetable that could go well with.
With dark chocolate?
No. There
Well,
isn't
like you think
one.
about like a mole sauce is like chocolate.
Mole, mole, mole.
Mole. mole.
And chop it up, make some guacamole. No.
Triggered. There's keywords you can't say around us. That's like a chocolate sauce, and you put it with chicken.
Chicken and chocolate?
Haven't you ever had a mole sauce before?
No.
Okay. So there's got to be, I don't know, you'd think. I'm like, what about asparagus?
No. Yuck.
You're so disturbed.
Yeah, there isn't anything. There's not one vegetable that should be touched with chocolate ever. And if somebody could think of one.
I'm into the sweet and savory mix
I
together.
am too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But
yeah. So there has to be some combination that would be good. And a dark chocolate is more bitter,
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I'm saying sweet potato is because we put the marshmallow stuff on them, and then we'll do the sweet potato casserole that's all sugar basically.
So what's the difference between if you're saying it's growing on something, a fruit and a vegetable, is it just the seeds?
I think it's the seeds.
Yeah, it's the seeds, because then
What makes something a fruit?
yeah, it has to be seeds, because that's why they argue about a tomato being a fruit or not.
It's a vegetable. It's a fruit. It's not.
Yeah. So
Okay.
chocolate covered tomatoes.
I do not like that at all. No, I don't want the chocolate with the tomato. Fruits and vegetables are classified from both a botanical and culinary standpoint. Botanically, fruits and vegetables are classified depending on which part of the plant they come from.
Mm-hmm.
A fruit develops from the flower of a plant, while the other parts of the plant are categorized as vegetables. Fruits contain seeds, while vegetables consist of roots, stems, and leaves. So is a pumpkin a fruit?
Yeah, it would technically be fruit because you have this seeds
And it
inside
comes
of
from
it.
the flower.
Right. Yeah.
Pumpkin might not be bad with chocolate.
That's a good one. That one, I think
But
you may
it's a
have.
fruit.
Oh, that's probably why.
Some bitch.
That's probably why.
It's like the greatest mystery of all time. What vegetable should go with?
What about carrot cake? Carrots.
Okay. Okay.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, totally.
Yuck. Caramelized onions and chocolate.
Oof. Okay, some other common examples of fruits that are mistaken for vegetables include squish squash, avocados, chocolate avocado,
Yuck.
cucumbers, peppers. Peppers are fruits.
Yeah. Well, they got seeds in the inside.
Yeah.
It comes off of.
Eggplants, olives, I love olives, pea pods, and the zooks. I do love zucchinis.
So wait, does that mean like a cashew? Because that's technically a seed.
That's a nut.
Well, right, but it comes off the tree, but it's got a seed in it, right?
Oh my God! What is
The whole
my whole world?
a cashew is encased. It's a seed of
the fruits of the cashew, almond, and pistachio plants are not true nuts, but are rather classified as drupes.
I got a case of the drupes.
I knew you'd like that. Drupes are fruits that are fleshy on the outside and contain a shell covering a seed on the inside. You ever think, you shell on your brain?
You know, I was just talking about this Parkside in McFarland with some people. We were talking about soup. Cereal's a soup, right?
Yeah.
We said that before. And then we were like, well, is technically a hot dog a taco then? Because it depends on if the bread breaks. Because if you split it open and you just pull it open, it's like a pita pocket, which in turn would be like a taco.
I have heard the taco argument.
Mm-hmm. However, the second you break that bread, it becomes a sandwich.
Well, and I'll argue to be a taco, it has to be a thinner bread.
That and one full piece.
Yeah.
So I would say that no.
Right.
A
sandwich.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's the one thing we agree on.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. So it says here, other naturally sweeter flavor veggies include beets, carrots, rutabagas, and turnips.
Oh, wait. What about somebody? I'm looking at some of the people that were talking, like Jason, William, and Jack. They said, how about chocolate-covered pickles?
Okay, I would try that.
because it's got the salt, sweet and savory.
Yeah.
That may.
And what if you did like a sour pickle with that?
Then you're getting all three.
Sour and
the trifecta.
Yeah, dude.
And Will Farmer said celery and chocolate.
Okay.
That I can see that. That's okay. It's because celery's not so obtrusive. You know, you can.
Right.
Yeah, and then obviously it's not. But bacon obviously goes.
Yeah.
Well, with chocolate, but
it does go well with chocolate.
I mean, bacon goes with everything, but.
But broccoli seems offensive. And so does cauliflower. And you want to know why? Because broccoli burps are so bad. They're mouth farts.
Oh, yeah. And then when you like cook it, it just smells like death.
Mm-hmm.
I had broccoli. That's what I was eating for a long time was broccoli and hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, God. Nope.
So I've never felt better in my life.
Right, I'm sure.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Oh, yeah, I have some Super Bowl stuff.
I should let you work over there instead of just irritate me.
Well, if it's as easy as running up Mount Everest, I guess we could do that. So there's there's a couple of things I was looking at through the Super Bowl happening this weekend, right?
Yeah.
The luxury suites that they have, the menu was revealed, and it includes like wagyu hot dogs, crab legs, and more.
Wait, why would you do hot dogs with wagyu?
I don't know. The hot dog sandwich. So the Super Bowl guests are truly in for a feast this year. The VIP fans watching the big game at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on Sunday will be treated to a tasty selection of offerings on the menu, including those, like I said, wagyu hot dogs, crab legs, and seafood towers that are served in the luxury suites. The Allegiant Stadium has partnered with Las Vegas Raiders and Levy Restaurants to create unforgettable dining experience for all guests with a packed menu delivered in-house by the Silver and Black hospitality team. Among the menu options include the luxury suites, which were reportedly priced at $2.5 million for a luxury suite. I got some other numbers for what they're anticipating.
You know, it feels like you're doing a Wagyu hot dog just because you're rich and you're like, I can't eat a regular hot dog. I do not see the advantage of doing a Wagyu hot dog.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Because you're just chopping it up.
And the little pieces and then steak. Yeah, it's just so you could say Wagyu.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I don't trust any of these clowns. They have the Vegas Greatest Shrimp Cocktail Tower. Welcome to the Las Vegas Grand Supper. Sin City's crab legs with fried rice, lobster, steak, Gruyere.
Lobster?
Yeah, lobster. Steak. Yeah, it's a shitty walk. That's why I saw Sin Shitty King. Oh, Sin Shitty.
You can't. Nope.
No, I can. I'm not doing anything. Just a Gruyere quesadillas.
You are
Gruyere
one,
quesadillas, man.
You are one gaslighting mofo.
It's a gift.
Really?
And then
you fine-tuned that skill. You're just bored with it?
I got it nailed.
Okay.
Nailed. I got it on lockdown. Breakfast for dinner, which is one of my favorite.
Dude, it's just Brenner.
Yes, so that includes buttermilk fried chicken with waffles and syrup. So they go from the Wagyu hot dogs, Specialty dishes also served during the game provide a glamorous Vegas steakhouse experience for attendees. Dishes include the foot-long Wagyu beef hot dogs, surf and turf nachos with filet mignon, lobster, and queso blanco. That's Spanish for white cheese.
It's Blanco, actually.
Blanco, that's what I said.
You said Blanco.
No, I didn't. I said Blanco.
No, you didn't. You said Blanco.
Stop it. You can record and listen to it. The ultimate seafood stuffed potato with mac and cheese. And the Sunday grilled donut for those who are serious sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Guests can snack for a great value for $2.99 hot dogs, nachos, and sodas from the stadium's popular Deals House. So they must have like a little spot for the pores, And then
you over there,
get over there, you New Balance shoe wearing son of a bitch. So
feels about right.
So here's some other numbers that go along with that ridiculousness. They have Las Vegas Convention Center and Visitors Authority expect the bill of hosting the event to cost $60 million In return, Las Vegas will see an economic benefit from around $1 billion. So that's a pretty good turnaround. 30-second spot on this year's costs. How much do you think? A 30-second spot on this year's game. Well,
I'm
commercial.
bad at this.
Take a guess.
$2 million.
$5 million more than that. $7 million. Yeah. It's
I
almost
can
as,
tell you're an accountant because look how quick he did that.
yeah, dude. And despite the eye-popping costs, they sold out all the slots weeks ahead of the game. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So we got a text in. Listener did a wagyu tenderloin on vacation in Florida, and it was worth a penny of the $150 I paid for it. That being said, I know it was a once in a lifetime thing. I agree. I would totally do a wagyu steak on a vacation or a special occasion, and I think I have had it. I think I had it when we were at Les Trois.
Les Trois.
But to grind up the tenderloin and put it in a tube, and you know how much I love tubed meat.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems
Well,
like
you used to, but
it just seems like it's the nitrates. It just seems like a waste of a wagyu.
yeah, I mean, you're taking it out of its natural habitat and making it something it's not.
Knocking it from its natural habitat. Yeah, I don't know. It just whatever. It's absurd.
Yeah. So, yeah, the NFL is expecting approximately 200 million viewers to tune into the Super Bowl. That's based on ratings from last year's audience. But I think with Taylor Swift, it might drop because everybody hates her. The Brads, Chads, and Dads.
The bro flakes.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Super Bowl. This Super Bowl holds the record for, well, no, wait, this is an old Super Bowl. The ones with the Los Angeles Rams and Pittsburgh Steelers holds the record for attendance by 103,985 people at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. That's because people could afford to go to it. That's probably why. The Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas has a capacity of 65,000, but is expandable to 71,000.
How?
I don't know. They must be stacking people on top of each other. They squish
They're
the
like,
pores
here,
together.
stand behind this pole.
Yeah, I don't know. While most expensive Super Bowl ticket on StubHub as of January 29th was listed at $89,100.
Oh, my God. Because that went up because I checked before that, and it was like 60,000.
That's so dumb. The average, yeah, that, you think about that, and then people that, are sitting there that can't eat. That are having problems with it, and there's people just, I'm going to go do this and just drink with people I don't even like.
Right.
It's so disgusting. The average cost of a ticket on another resale site at Vivid Seats is going for $8,554, so that's not bad.
Yeah. Us poors accepted a long time ago that we're not.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a game for us to attend.
Yeah. Oh, look, this is the numbers that we were talking about food-wise with avocados, which is weird. Super Bowl is the number one consumption occasion for avocados, according to the food
Guacamole.
trade. Yep, an estimated 250 million pounds of avocados will be eaten during the game. That's enough avocados to cover an entire football field with 75 feet of guacamole. Or 75 feet of guacamole, yeah. It's crazy. 1.5 billion chicken wings expected to be consumed.
Yeah, it's a bad weekend to be a chicken.
Yeah. 8 million pounds of chips expected to be snacked on. This is a good one. Taylor Swift will wrap up her show in Tokyo Dome on February 10th and fly 8,900 miles to Las Vegas in her private jet to see boyfriend Travis Kelce play in the Super Bowl. Her carbon footprint is 91,752 pounds.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Pretty cool.
Good thing she does charity stuff to offset that really, really terrible part of her.
Uh-huh. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if hold on, you guys are really bad at saying wagyu.
Wagyu.
Wagyu. How do you say it, Blake? Say it to me.
Yeah, how about that?
Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Say the dang Y. Wagyu. I'm doing it wrong.
Here, we'll see if it says, if it has like the Google.
Oh, here we go. I feel like I have to do this every time we talk about wagyu.
Wagyu. Here, ready?
Okay.
All right.
Wagyu.
Wagyu.
And we'll do it slow.
Wagyu.
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 Yeah, exactly. Wagyu. You know what, dude? Wagyu.
Wagyu. I'm terrible at this.
Yeah, I don't want that.
It's like saying bag. Bag.
Bag.
Bag.
Milk.
Milk.
Yeah.
Bag.
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 Yeah. What's wrong with that? You're not saying it right?
I've
think
been
we're
told
doing
I
it right.
say it wrong.
No, you're right.
Rag.
Rag. Why are you emphasizing that A so much? Rag.
Rag.
Why do you sound like a gangster from New York?
I don't know. Rag.
Rag, I talk around. I look at the rag.
I don't know.
Rag.
Rag.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.